Yes, yes. So we know about the polar regions. The northern side is the Arctic, the southern side is the Antarctic. We have the Arctic Sea and the Antarctic ice sheets which are there. So there's another one thing very common about this climate, and it's very unique. It's a very unique thing which you see this aurora australis, and we have the aurora borealis. Okay, now aurora is a referred to the polar lights. The northern lights are called the aurora borealis, and the southern lights are called the aurora australis. Is a natural light display in the earth's skies. Only can be seen in high altitude regions around the Arctic and Antarctic. You see the picture, the aurora australis, but if you see the picture of aurora borealis, if you go onto the net and see into Google, you'll see the beautiful, the light combination. Actually, it's the result of disturbances in the magnetosphere caused by solar winds, by the sun. Solar, they are particles that get charged in the solar wind and they create a color. Many electrons, protons in the upper atmosphere, and they ionize together and they form an light of varying colors and complexity. Both the polar regions have this. Okay, so this will go into chemistry which you won't understand. So just it's in the atmosphere which happens, and this light creates. Okay, so they have got a name in something Greek for the Greek gods. This is some Roman goddess of the dawn, and the Greek name it for the name for the north wind, you know. So this aurora australis is visible from high altitudes in Antarctica, Chile, that South America, Argentina, South America, New Zealand and Australia. You can see this visible from there. Okay. This is very God-made thing. And this light is always created only very between 190 to 150 kilometers. You can see this, not very high up. Beautiful colors come out, green, sometimes blue. It's a glow of the horizon, They look like colorful clouds. They curve into curtains, some become like curtains, shapes and luminous parts, various colors. There is red, there is green, there is blue, there is ultraviolet, infrared radiation is the yellow, pink. It changes with the time. And there is a hissing sound you will hear. Just 70 meters, 230 feet above the ground, there are sounds in the sky also. Okay, so this is one main thing in the polar region. If you ever travel, please, if you grow in life and travel, you can see this place. Okay, so I'll just read that part for you, and in the next class we'll do plant life. Okay, so let's come to the reading part. That will be much more interesting. So, the frigid zone, page 48. You must have heard the song of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They are found in the frigid zone. There are two frigid zones, one in each hemisphere. The northern hemisphere is the frigid zone, which lies between 66.5 and the North Pole 90 degree. While the southern frigid zone lies between the Antarctic circle 66.5 degrees south and the South Pole 90 degrees south. As the name suggests, The places near the poles are permanently covered by ice and are frozen throughout the year. The continent of Antarctica is the coldest place in the world. That is in the south. It lies in the southern frigid zone. It is also known as the frozen continent. Large parts of Canada, Alaska, Scandinavia, coastal Greenland, Iceland and Siberia fall in this region, in the south part. Now, many expeditions have taken to these places for exploration. If you watch on National Geographic, you will come to know what is this one. And in the northern part, we have this Arctic Circle, the Arctic Sea, Russia, part of Russia, Tundra region and everything is there. Both northern and southern frigid zones are far from the equator and receiving the slanting rays of the sun. Only when it is summer in each hemisphere, the sunlight is so weak that it is not even enough to warm the land, even in summer. Winters are very severe and temperatures may drop to minus 40 degree. Minus 40 degree. In summer, which hardly extends 2 to 3 months, the temperature may rise varying 3 to 12 degrees centigrade. That means in summer also it is freezing. 3 degree to 12 degree. Rainfall may range from 15 to 30 centimeter in a year. During summer the snow melts, but the ice caps of the Arctic and Antarctic regions remain intact. The polar regions have a peculiarity. During summer there is continuous daylight even at midnight. Similarly, in winter these regions have continuous darkness. No light at all. Snow keeps falling and the soil remains frozen hard. In June, when the northern frigid zone receives continuous light, the southern frigid zone has continuous darkness. The situation is reversed in December. Sometimes the sky is lit up by the aurora borealis in the northern hemisphere and the aurora australis in the southern hemisphere. They are naturally occurring bright lights that are usually observed at night in the polar regions. They are caused by the collision of charged particles from the Earth's atmosphere. Got it? So you will read till here. Don't go above this. Read till here. Understand. If you want to know about more about it, you can use your phone, or if you have a system in your house, if you have a desktop or a laptop. Take permission from your parents or sit with someone senior and go into Wikipedia and you type frigid zone, then you type the aurora borealis and the aurora australis. You will come to know what is this all about. It's the wonders of the world. God made things. It happens. So it's a beautiful place. These North Pole and South Poles are really massive. I have always wanted to travel, but when I had traveled in 84, I was in class 3 or 4 or 5, I guess. 4 or 5, most probably. I remember that in 1984. I had been to the Russian side also, and I had been to the Scandinavian parts of Alaska, Scandinavia. I had been that side also. So that is what's all about it. So read and understand and see if you can find out something and try to know what is all about it. Okay. Next class we'll come back with the plant life and animal life. After that we'll do the human life, part by part. Okay. So till then, enjoy yourselves and take care of yourselves. Be good, study, eat, sleep, play, respect your parents and listen to them. Okay. Enjoy your happy independence also. Jai Hind and Vande Mataram. Happy independence for 2020. Bye bye.